Lots of great stuff. It's covering my house right now. I have so much work to do, but I just wanted to share this piece of let's look and see what happens when Google Lens doesn't work. But I sure do like it when it does work. While we were on our thrifting road trip, one of our stops was in Sonoma, and it was really some of the best thrifting that we did the whole trip. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff, but I wasn't sure if it was good or not. Oh, there's my dog. You want to help? We had no cell service. It was like it didn't exist. If you weren't connected to Wi-Fi, you were kind of out of luck. And a lot of these thrift stores we were in, it wasn't like there were just no bars on our phones. At one point I looked at Derek and I said, what does SOS mean? Like where the bar should be, it said SOS. Like it was, my phone didn't know what was happening. So I'd never had that happen before. So we were just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. I guess you could call it like old-fashioned thrifting. Back in the day when my grandmother would go to antique stores, she was just buying what she knew she liked, and that was it. Granted, she wasn't worried about reselling anything and knowing if she was really getting something at a good price. But anyway, so all of this stuff that you see on this table, I really have no idea if I'll make money on it or not, because I really couldn't look to see what any comps were. Google Lens was not happening for those 2 days. So what I thought we would do is I'm going to pick out some of these items that we picked up those 2 days in Sonoma and see, kind of check my work. see how I did, see what things are going for and whether or not I made good choices. I like to say, you know, follow your gut. Now, I'll preface this by saying I knew I was getting this stuff at a good price because of the prices that they were marked. Now, some of this stuff I'm not going to mess with doing Google Lens because I've thrifted it before and sold it before, so yeah, I felt pretty good about it. I picked up these sherbet milk glass. So let's see if Google Lens wants to help me out this time. There's a little rimmed edge to these. I got 6 of these instead of 4. White, opalescent, iridescent. This is a decent comp. So there's 4 of them for $32. So I'll take that. So, and I got 6 of them. I paid $2 a piece. So I'm at $12. That's a pretty good comp on that one. I paid up for this guy. He is a alabaster. I don't think you can call him a bookend because, I mean, he could be, but he's more of just like a sculptural piece that you would put up on a mantle or a bookshelf, and he's heavy. And so I grabbed him. He was listed for $39, and he was 30% off. Somebody on eBay, he looks like he may be a little bit larger than my guy, but they want $100 for him. So that would make me happy if that happened. Now here's something I always like to see. I always like to see a similar item to mine, if not the exact item, and it says, sorry, this item's sold out. Now, that's not great for figuring out a comp, but it's good to know that somebody liked it enough to buy it. This is a nightlight, and I have sold a similar one to this. These are just so unique. Yeah, here's one on Etsy. This person is calling it a perfume lamp. A vintage 1950s. Here's one on eBay that is $35. So yeah, somewhere in there. So that's a good buy, because that's gonna give me, I spent $8 on that. That would definitely be 4 times my money. So yay, thumbs up. All right, on to the next thing. I found these little martini glasses. I'm gonna call them martini glasses. It could be any little aperitif cocktail. It has a pirate scene on it, like there's a ship and some pirates that look distraught, like the ship's leaving or the ship has left without them. I'm not sure, but they were 99 cents. I found 2 of them. So, you know, when it's that cheap, it's like, I'll take the chance. Let's see how Google Lens likes this clear glass. Granted, there's a scene on it, so that should help. We shall see. Oh, vintage Libby. It's called Treasure Island Cocktail Glass from the 1950s. Okay, so somebody is selling 8 of these on Etsy for 75 bucks. Nice. Obviously, because I only have 2, I'm not, you know, I will price them obviously much, much lower. Here's Etsy. They're selling 3 for 40. So another nice little comp. All right, so the other, I wasn't gonna leave these behind because it was too fun. These are clay design ice cream bowls. So they had all 4. So it says ice cream, you scream, we all scream. And then the final bowl says for ice cream. So clay designs, these are in really great shape. They were $2 a piece. I will sell them as a complete set. Okay, here's 2 that are same but different, clay designs on eBay. And they're selling them for $32 for those 2. This is another, like this is listed as a toothpick holder. The comp is 35 bucks. So I don't know that I would list it for quite that much. Because again, I want somebody to want it and it to sit in their kitchen, or, you know, not just toothpicks. I would put Q-tips. This would be perfect size for Q-tips in a bathroom, in a kid's room, a baby's room. So another good pickup that I was just kind of going. I just went on the fact that it was that milky blue glass and it was a good size. It was $3.99 and 30% off, so I grabbed it. Okay, what else? Oh, this guy. This is very 80s. It's Sandy Cast. It's an original Sandy Cast sculpture, but it's a Scotty dog. There's some little parts where the black is kind of chipped off a little bit. I'm gonna take some little black paint and make sure that it matches well and kind of zhuzh him up a little bit. But I got him for $5, and the comps on him, another one that I just saw and went, ooh, he's good. They call him a Scottish Terrier, not a Scotty dog. Scottish Terrier. Here he is on Etsy. Okay, sorry, sold out. But before I clicked on this sorry, sold out, it looks like he was sold for around $45. So, he was a good buy. And I will disclose that I kind of fixed him up a little bit. He's dusty, he needs a bath. Like most dogs need a bath. So that was a good one. So far, I'm feeling really good about the items that I'm gonna go with my gut items. So a couple of things. Since we were in wine country, we found 2 of these fun old cork screws. Had never seen anything like this before. So clearly you start it like this and then screw this down and then pull it up. looked old. It was $2. So let's see. Vintage French double treen wood corkscrew. My dogs are here to help. And they want $51.65. Woo! I'll take that every day. So for $2, I don't know that I'll sell it for quite that much. We'll see. I say that and I might eat my words, and I need to make sure that my husband, I don't think he will. He's a little particular about his corkscrews. Okay, so the other thing that I grabbed it and I walked it over to Derek and I said, do you think this would sell? And he was like, oh yeah, somebody's gonna want that. And it certainly looks vintage. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I paid $7 for it. And let's see if that was worth it. If that was $7 well spent. Yeah, serving tray, retro Budweiser 13-inch, which is probably correct. Looks like, again, on eBay, this one looks in pretty good shape, but the exact same tray. My tray it's got a little chip mark right there. Just, I think, adds to the age of it. A lot of times, like, you wouldn't want something like this to look brand new because there's too many things like this nowadays that are remade. Too much stuff that looks vintage isn't vintage. I think the little flaws in vintage pieces like this are great because it shows that it's vintage. It shows that it's not a remake. It's not made to look old or made to look vintage, but it's the real deal. So I think obviously this is somebody's husband, father, lover of Budweiser. This will be a great Father's Day gift. I definitely want to get this up soon so somebody could grab it. Another fun gift, you throw in a 6-pack and there you go. Perfect gift for a lot of people. So another good buy, and credit goes to my husband for this one. Okay. There's a lot of these other little things that I need to look up, like these candle holders that are I think they might be dance. I'm not sure. They have a bubble glass look to them. I paid 99 cents a piece at the Church Mouse, and my hopes of Google Lens picking these up because it's clear glass are low. Oh, no, okay. Google proved me wrong. It knows exactly what they are. It says they are ice cube glass. These are listed for $41.71. So, yay, I'll take that because I paid $2 for them. This beautiful plate was just a one-off. It's Spode. It's Spode's Byron. And no chips, cracks, or crazing. It was $2. It's a salad plate size. I will absolutely grab singles like this because especially when they're in good condition, if it is a great maker like Spode, and if it's a great design and color, because I think, okay, somebody's just gonna want this for like a wall decor for a plate wall. This would look pretty in a hutch. And then somebody that actually has this collection that's looking for a replacement, right? So let's see. Okay, so sure enough, speaking of replacements, I do like looking at replacements for dishware and stemware because I feel like they know what, they've done the research and they know what it is and when it was made and all that good stuff. So sure enough, that this is a discontinued pattern made from 1945 to 1969. It's going for $14. So I paid $2, so I'll take it. Now, one of the things that I don't get hung up on is like thinking, oh, I'm only going to make $12. If you could take $2 and turn it into $12 every day, 5 times a day, like, right? You'd take that, wouldn't you? So imagine that, like if you're lucky enough to have 5 sales a day, and each one of those sales you're making $10, $12, I'd call that a good day. These are vintage sur la table. Now these were listed as mushroom bakers, which that might be true. I think they're they look like escargot dishes to me. Like you would serve escargot in them. Designed for cooking and serving snails. So, yeah, and these are vintage. I've got 4 of them. So I'll sell those as a set of 4. They were $6.50 a piece, but I got them for 30% off. Here's a pair of 2 6-hole escargot / mushroom. So you're not into snails, that's all right. You can make some fancy mushrooms. And they have them listed for 35 bucks. So, and that was for 2. Another random thing I bought is this nutcracker. He is a squirrel. His tail pushes down and cracks the nut. And from what I can tell on the bottom, it's an old Crate and Barrel sticker. He was 50% off. I paid $8 for him, so $4. And I'm not sure even at this point if he is vintage. Squirrel-shaped nutcracker. It's looking like these that I'm seeing on here are all on eBay, which makes total sense. Oh wait, here's one from Etsy. It's a chrome plated squirrel nutcracker. And somebody's wanting $28. So I like that. Now here's somebody on eBay that called it a vintage Crate and Barrel heavy silver chrome squirrel nutcracker. I'm not sure if they're just calling it vintage just for fun, or if it is really that. Again, they don't list the year that it was made. Hard to know exactly. It does say this item is no longer available. I'm going to assume that means it's sold, but they sold it for 23 bucks. So again, I paid half price, so I paid $4 for him. So I feel good that I'll get 4 or 5 times my money on him. Before we go, let's just see what these cocktail F glasses, if anything at all comes up. This is, they call them heritage monogrammed rocks whiskey glasses, 8 ounce. They have 5 of them for $32.99. I spent $1 a piece for 4 of them, so I feel very confident. It'll just be somebody with a last name or first name with an F. The Freds and the Franks and the Francescas out there, you know, they deserve to have a special glass too. Here's what I think. I think that even though I could not use Google Lens, that Google Lens was unavailable and I was having to go off of my gut and take a chance, I feel really good in the things that we picked up, that we made some good choices, and that I'm going to make some good money on these things. And obviously that's not everything. I still have lots of research to do, and even the things that we just looked up, I need to research a little bit more, spend a little more time. I don't like to go off just one comp. You know, you want to feel like, right, you're giving people a good deal, and you're being fair all the way around. You're being fair to yourself and fair to your buyers. My advice, if your phone says SOS, if there are 0 bars and you have no hope of getting your phone to work to help you know if something is good or not, go with your gut, and if it's a good price, buy it. And here's my biggest piece of advice that I would give any reseller. If you like it, if it doesn't resell, then you can keep it, and you feel pretty good about keeping it. It's always a good rule of thumb to go, I'd be happy to keep all of this. Lord knows I don't need any of it. I don't have room for anything. But I could make room if I had to. But I feel confident that this will all sell. That you guys have already fallen in love with some of this and will want it in your own home. We were up Northern California, Sonoma, San Francisco, lots of great stuff. It's covering my house right now. I have so much work to do, but I just wanted to share this piece of let's look and see what happens when Google Lens doesn't work. But I sure do like it when it does work. There's little bit extra security when you're thrifting. We all kind of like that. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go check out my Etsy store. Always listed down in the description. You know, reselling, it's not easy. It's hard work. And don't anybody let you believe otherwise. We work hard to earn our money. So when you see those prices, when you get on eBay and Etsy and all those platforms, and you think, oh, that seems high, and a lot of times there's a lot of work. There's gas money involved. There is sometimes there's my right silver cream that I've used to clean it up. There's my time that I've spent into each and every one of these pieces. So go out there and support your resellers. Get on Etsy and eBay and all the other platforms and buy vintage. It's so much more fun. I highly recommend it. Okay, see you next time.